By 2026, 90% of the online businesses you know today will no longer exist. Not because they've failed, but because they'll have become completely, utterly obsolete. The coming wave isn't just an update, it's a complete system reset. What worked yesterday is already dying. What works today will be an antique in 2 years. So, what's going to happen? Over the next 14 minutes, we're going to unpack the 7 revolutions that will redefine the rules of the online business game by 2026. We won't just skim the surface. We'll dive deep into each trend to understand the why and the how. Forget soulless bullet point lists. What I'm offering you is a roadmap for the future. So stick around until the end, because the 7th trend is the one nobody sees coming, yet it's the most powerful, the one that connects all the others. Chapter 1. The first revolution is the death of mass marketing. I'm talking about the end of an era where you send the same message to thousands of people. Welcome to the era of AI-powered hyper-personalization. We're not talking about putting someone's first name in an email. That's old news. We're talking about an online experience that adapts in real time for every visitor. Imagine you land on an e-commerce site. Instead of a generic homepage, the site instantly analyzes your habits, previous purchases, maybe even your calendar or local weather, and completely reconfigures its homepage, offers, and recommendations just for you. It's a silent dialogue between the machine and your implicit needs. The goal is no longer to sell a product, but to present a solution so obvious it seems tailor-made for you, at that precise moment. A concrete example, a sportswear brand. In 2026, their site won't show you best sellers. It will tell you, I saw you ran 10 kilometers yesterday in the rain via your running app. Your current shoes have over 500 kilometers on them. Here are 3 new waterproof models, tailored to your stride and on sale this week. The site becomes a personal coach, an assistant, not just a catalog. It's a personalization so profound it becomes predictive. And that changes absolutely everything in customer relationships. It's powerful, it builds incredible loyalty, but this personalization needs fuel. And that fuel isn't just data. It's content. But be warned, not just any content. Chapter 2. Which brings us to the second trend, the supremacy of immersive emotional content. 1,500-word SEO-optimized blog articles? They're done. AI can churn out millions of them. The value is no longer in raw information, it's in emotion, in experience. Content in 2026 won't be read or watched, it will be lived. Think vertical mini-documentaries, augmented reality experiences that let you try out furniture in your living room before buying it, or narrative podcasts that tell you the story behind a product. The goal is no longer to convince with arguments, but to connect with a story. Let's take a simple example, a coffee vendor. The 2023 method is to run an ad about notes of cocoa and exceptional origin. The 2026 method is to create a short virtual reality experience or a 360-degree interactive video where you're transported to the plantation in Colombia. You hear the birdsong, you see the farmer's face, you understand the process from picking to roasting. You're no longer buying coffee. You're buying a piece of that story. You're funding that farmer's dream. The transaction becomes a human connection, facilitated by technology. But that's not all. Creating such rich experiences demands enormous skills and resources, right? That's where the third revolution comes into play and changes the game for everyone. Chapter 3. The third trend is the advent of augmented solopreneurs. It's the end of the myth of the entrepreneur who has to do everything alone, or the one who needs to raise funds to hire an army. By 2026, a single person, armed with the right AI tools, will be able to operate with the efficiency and impact of a 20-person team. Imagine a content creator. Their AI doesn't just write drafts. It analyzes trends, identifies high-potential topics, generates scripts tailored to their voice, edits videos, creates thumbnails, writes descriptions, schedules posts across all networks, and even handles initial comments. Meanwhile, the creator focuses on one thing: their message, their talent, their pure creativity. Here's a concrete example: an interior designer striking out on their own. Their AI assistant manages their schedule, qualifies leads via an advanced chatbot, generates 3D plans and business proposals based on initial information, and handles all billing. They no longer spend 80% of their time on administrative tasks, but 80% on design, where their true value lies. It's a multiplication of individual capabilities. This efficiency is incredible, but it creates a new problem. If everyone can be this productive, how do you differentiate yourself? The answer is no longer in productivity, but in trust and belonging. And here's the most important part. Chapter 4. We're entering the fourth revolution, the private community economy. People are fleeing traditional social networks. They're exhausted by the noise, unpredictable algorithms, and aggressive advertising. Value is shifting from large public spaces to private gardens, circles of trust. I'm talking about paid communities on platforms like Discord, Circle, or custom-built platforms. In this model, the product is no longer information, it's access. Access to the expert, yes, but more importantly, access to other members. The value is in the network, the support, the sense of belonging to a tribe that shares the same goals. A fitness coach, for instance, instead of selling PDF programs, creates a monthly subscription to their community, The Summit. Inside, members get exclusive workouts, yes, but more importantly, discussion channels to motivate each other, group challenges, live Q&A sessions, and virtual meetups. The coach shifts from being an information provider to a facilitator and leader of an engaged community. People don't pay for the program, they pay to no longer be alone on their journey. And this dynamic of trust radically changes the way we sell. Brace yourselves, because the fifth trend goes even further. Chapter 5. The fifth trend is the triumph of conversational and proactive commerce. Sales pages as long as your arm, complex sales funnels, they're on their way out. The act of purchase will no longer happen on a static web page, but at the heart of a conversation. Whether via WhatsApp, Messenger, or intelligent chatbots directly integrated into websites, sales become a dialogue. And AI in 2026 won't just answer questions. It will be proactive. It will understand the intent, context, and even the emotion behind the user's words to naturally guide them toward the best solution for them. Imagine you're looking for a solution to sleep better. You stumble upon a specialized site. Instead of a sign-up for our newsletter pop-up, a conversational assistant greets you, "Hello. Improving your sleep is a journey. Tell me a bit more about your difficulties. Do you struggle to fall asleep, or do you wake up during the night?" Based on your answers, it doesn't push a product on you. It asks more questions, offers you a relevant blog post, suggests a breathing technique, and only if it's pertinent, it will present you with a suitable product, whether it's a meditation app, a course, or a physical product. It becomes a benevolent advisor, not a salesperson. The sale is the natural consequence of a helpful conversation. This approach is key, but it relies on products that are no longer static themselves. And that's the sixth trend. Chapter 6. The sixth revolution is the rise of living digital products. Forget the ebook you buy that will never change. Forget the video course recorded once and for all. Digital products in 2026 will be dynamic ecosystems that evolve, adapt, and grow with the user. It's the end of the finished product and the beginning of the product as an evolving service. A purchase no longer grants access to static content, but to a continuously improving learning or usage experience. The most telling example is an online coding course. In 2023, you buy 100 videos. In 2026, you buy access to a living platform. This platform integrates an AI tutor that adapts exercises to your skill level in real time. If a new programming language becomes popular, the platform automatically adds a new module. It integrates tech news feeds, generates practical projects based on real and current business problems, and connects you with other learners who have complementary skills. The product is never obsolete, it's always cutting edge. You're not buying a course, you're investing in a skill that remains relevant. We've seen AI that personalizes, content that creates emotions, solopreneurs multiplying their capabilities, communities that protect, products that evolve. But all of this, absolutely all of it, rests on a fundamental shift, a tectonic plate moving beneath our feet that very few people anticipate. Here is the most important trend, number 7, the one that connects all the others. Chapter 7 Climax. The seventh and final trend is the advent of the semantic web and the end of traditional SEO. This is the most profound change of all. Today, to find a solution, we go to a search engine and type in keywords, Online Business Ideas 2026. We get a list of links and have to sort through them ourselves. Tomorrow, we'll ask a complex question to our personal AI assistant, directly on our phone or computer. Find me an online business model, aligned with my passion for sustainable development, that requires less than 10 hours per week and can be managed from anywhere. The AI won't give us a list of links. It will give us a direct answer, a summary, a recommendation. And the crucial question is, how will the AI find this answer? It won't scan keywords. It will scan the meaning, the context, the structure of information on the web. The businesses that will win in 2026 aren't those with the most backlinks or those that repeat a keyword 50 times. They are those whose offerings, content, products, and websites are semantically structured. That is, in a way that a machine can understand not just what it's about, but who it's for, what problem it solves, and what its real value is. Concretely, this means using structured data, like schema.org, but much more advanced, to precisely describe every aspect of one's business. It's like giving an ultra-detailed ID card of your business to all the AIs in the world. When a user asks their question, their AI will search for the most relevant solution, and if your business is the perfect answer, it will recommend you directly. You will no longer seek to attract clients, you will be the solution that AI presents to those who need it. It's the end of the cat and mouse game with algorithms. It's the beginning of the era of pure value and relevance. Conclusion. So, let's recap. AI-powered hyper-personalization that transforms every visitor into a unique individual. Immersive emotional content that replaces information with connection. Augmented solopreneurs who operate at the scale of a large enterprise. The private community economy where belonging becomes the product. Conversational commerce that transforms sales into a helpful dialogue. Living digital products that evolve with you. And finally, the semantic web, which forces us to focus not on visibility, but on intrinsic value and relevance. These 7 trends aren't distant predictions. The seeds are already planted, the technologies are already here. They are converging to create a whole new ecosystem. A smarter, more human, and infinitely more demanding internet. The question is no longer whether this wave is coming, but whether you'll be ready to build the surfboard to catch it, or if you'll stay on the beach watching others ride it. The game is changing, now. Share with someone who wants to get started. Don't forget to subscribe.